Israel and the United States are set to sign later today an unprecedented military aid package worth at least $38 billion over the next decade. IBA's Ariel Sullivan examines what's behind the agreement.
This is the single largest military assistance package ever made with any country in American history. Later this evening in Washington, a memorandum of understanding is to be signed by U.S. National Security Advisor Susan Rice and her Israeli counterpart Yaakov Nagel. The deal not only ensures U.S. commitment to Israel's security, but also Israel's semi-dependence on American weaponry.
It does cement Obama's claim to be a good friend of Israel, and the American-Israeli relationship is in good shape despite everything. 10 years, military aid, more or less accounting for inflation, keeping the same rate that's been had for the last 10 years, $38 billion spread over 10 years. That's a major commitment, and it will allow Israel to maintain and to improve its military capability. On the other hand, it's not what the Netanyahu government, the Israeli government, had asked for, had expected in the wake of the Iran deal, which was supposed to, according to Obama, Israel was supposed to be compensated for the risks that are being taken with Iran getting all this money, most of which will probably, or all of which will go into terror and other military capabilities, building more ballistic missiles, perhaps, again, in 5 or 6 years, resuming its nuclear program. All those things Israel needs to prepare for. We're not doing so well in space. That's one area where Israel needs to have a larger budget. Those things are not in the agreement.
The funding is for 2018 to 2028 and includes $4 billion more than the previous decade, most for supplemental missile defense aid. On the downside, from an Israeli perspective, the Americans insisted that 26% share of the aid currently allowed to be used for purchase of Israeli defense products be ended within the next 6 years, conditioning all of the money to be spent only in the United States.
It's a lot of money, and Israeli taxpayers would have to find a way. It's not just the amount of money, it's the close interaction with the high level of American technological military R&D capabilities. And it's a two-way street, and that's something that I think that the Israeli government, Netanyahu's tried to emphasize, needs to re-emphasize. This is a cooperative venture. The United States does provide this tremendous help for Israel. Israel produces technology, like the Iron Dome system, ballistic missile interception in a number of different areas, that the United States has not developed or succeeded with. So there's that close interaction, and in the long term, if we take out that connection between the Israeli military industry and the American military industry, through this process, this weaning off process, it may also hurt the United States' capability.
Some say that Israel could have won more from Washington had it waited until the next presidency. Others say more could have come had Netanyahu and Obama not been so much at odds. Jerusalem also gave in to an American demand not to seek any increase in aid over the next decade. Time will tell if this condition will indeed be kept. Ariel Sullivan for IBA News.